What's up, beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel. Before we get into this, please make sure you subscribe. If you're new here, my name is Izzy and I'm a journalist, and I make videos here on YouTube where I visit different animal shelters. I speak to them about the work they do, but also raising awareness on different topics and issues, and speaking about the challenges that they face day to day. I also speak to different charities and organisations about how they help animals change people's lives. This can be from hearing dogs to guide dogs to animal assisted therapy. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy this, and let's find out where we are off to today. So I've come to Sandbach today, to Sandbach Animal Rescue, and they've been rescuing cats in the area and the surrounding areas for over 40 years now. And I've got Pixie and Dixie here with me today, and I'm going to find out a little bit more about their story, as well as the work the shelter has done over the past 40 years to rescue and rehome loads of cats. So yeah, let's go and find out a little bit more. Tell me all about where the shelter all started.
Well, the society's been going for 40 years, and when we first started out, before my time obviously, 40 years ago, it was in sheds, in people's houses, and it's grown and grown. We inherited some money, we were left a legacy, and with fundraising we then enabled us to buy this building, which we bought in 1981. And bit by bit we have refurbished it into the sanctuary it is now. So we currently have 6 pens and an isolation unit, but we are hoping to increase as time goes on. But we've got about 100 volunteers. We have a little shop in town, we run events, so we do quite a bit, and we are quite a force in the community.
And what is the main ethos and what you stand for here?
We have 3 words that we live by, which is rescue, rehabilitate and rehome, and that's what we aim to do with every single cat that comes through our door.
And could you just sort of describe what those 3 key words mean?
You can say rescue it in many different ways, because you could rescue a cat from the streets, as we often do, and as we have at the moment. Got cats in that we've just had off the streets that are just strays, and then we have other cats that have been in situations that they needed saving from. Social services have contacted us, or we've got people that are moving into homes, you know, because they're old and they can't take their animals with them. We had one very sad case recently where the lady was only allowed to take 3 of her 4 cats with her, because that was the maximum that they allowed in when you brought your own pet. So she had to pick a cat to give up. But which she did, and that cat's been rehomed within a week because it was lovely. But we rescue cats from everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And to rehabilitate, there are lots of ways that we can rehabilitate cats. Humans in their world are not nice people, and we have to change their mind and make them more confident, and just allow them to play, because a lot of cats, you know, if they've been in some sad situations or on the streets, they don't know how to play and how to interact with other cats. So it's teaching them all these skills while they're here with us, so that they can go to the perfect home for them.
And what are the sort of main topics and issues that you feel need more awareness? I know fundraising was a big one recently, but what are the sort of other ones as well when it comes to cats in particular?
Although from the fundraising point of view, we have been let down severely, and the town council have withdrawn 3 months of coffee morning time that we had at the town hall, which we paid for. You know, this wasn't a freebie, because they're having staffing issues. We are hoping that May's coffee morning will be able to go ahead, but as of yet we haven't heard if that's going ahead. So we're solely reliant on donations and the shop, which, you know, is only a tiny shop in town. So as the weather's warming up now, we're hoping that events will start coming out, and we'll be doing a bit more. But we do need our coffee mornings, which we made about £1,000 a month on, just on our coffee mornings, which were huge. What people need to know about cats is, and a prime example is this lady has this lovely indoor cat, beautiful, never had it spayed, and the cat has got out. she now has 5 kittens on her hands that she doesn't want, because, you know, what am I going to do with these? So we are going to have those kittens eventually when they're old enough to leave their mum. But if she'd have had that cat spayed, this situation wouldn't have happened. And people think, oh, just because I've got a house cat, or, you know, it's a boy, it's not going to bother me because if it gets another cat pregnant. Regardless, for the cat's own health, you need to get your cats neutered and spayed. It's absolutely essential. And so many of our cats have come from overcrowded houses. Cats haven't been spayed, cats haven't been neutered. They've got out, and then we have kittens. Again, pen number 4 at the moment. Those 5 little cutie kittens we've got are because a cat wasn't spayed.
And finally, what are the hopes for the future here at the rescue?
Well, we are hoping to increase. So say we are quite small, but we have got land at the back of us, only a bit of land, and we've got space around the rescue which we think we could rejig. We're a relatively new committee that have taken on the rescue, and before this would have been fine. We want to do more. We want to create any sort of dead space we've got in the building. Actually, we could make these into pens, we could save more cats, and that's our goal, I think, at the moment.
So tell me who we have here.
So this is Pixie and Dixie. They're 1-year-old brother and sister. They were brought to us as their owner, sadly, was only a young woman, and found out she had cancer and had to end up going home to her parents. So she couldn't take the cats with her. Her parents had dogs, so they ended up coming to live with us. However, Dixie, we noticed very quickly, had quite bendy elbows, and it turns out that he has elbow dysplasia. So although he's fine and he can climb up and down things and he doesn't sort of limp or it bothers him, in time, and whether that be 5 years, 7 years, 10 years down the line, this will be a life-limiting condition, because he'll be in so much pain from arthritis that he will have to be put to sleep at some point. And it's such an absolute shame, because these are absolutely beautiful babbas. I mean, they really are. They're so friendly. They love tummy tickles, they love attention, everything. And they're so lovely, and it's a real shame that people can't see past we might only have him for, it could be 10 years, which is, great for the span of a cat. So we're really trying to find them a lovely home where they can be together.
And do you find this sort of happens often, where an animal will have a condition and then people say, and it's hard to rehome them because people think, oh, I'm not going to have them for a very long time, so it's tricky to rehome.
It is. I mean, it has a couple of bad things not in their favour. They're black cats. Some people are very superstitious about black cats, and I have no idea why, because they are the most loving cats. I have a black cat myself. But yeah, if cats do have a condition, there is the worry of how much is that going to cost me, and how long will I have it for, and I've paid out this money and the cat's only going to be with me for a year. But you kind of have to look past that. I mean, you can give a cat who's gorgeous the most loving home for however long that is. So we really have to try and look past the illness or whatever, what's wrong with them, and just say, well, this is just a lovely cat who needs a good home.